Yeah, I've been trying to set my hair for the last 20 minutes and it's just not working out. So I'm just gonna go with this hair if it's alright with you. Yeah, let's talk about this movie. Battle of the Sexes is directed by Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Faris and stars Emma Stone as Billie Jean King and Steve Carell as Bobby Riggs. And this is based, of course, on the famous tennis match that took place in 1973, where 90 million people watched as the Battle of the Sexes took place. It was a battle between Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs, and it was this idea of who is the better gender at this, and really setting up gender norms. Meanwhile, the film also deals with the personal lives of these two, like Billie Jean's sexuality at points, as well as Bobby Riggs' self-obsession and this showmanship aspect of his life and his gambling problems. The film takes a while really developing these two. Billie Jean King in this film, who was portrayed by Emma Stone, who, by the way, once again gives a fantastic award-worthy performance, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna get another Oscar nomination for this. The idea that she's married to Larry King, but at the same time there's another woman who she's met, played by Andrea Riseborough, and the movie constantly keeps building this thing about she's questioning who she is and how she connects to all of these people around her. The film also has Bobby Riggs, of course, Steve Carell, also giving an award-worthy performance, who is trying to deal with this thing about him having this gambling thing, and he's trying to be relevant like he used to be before, and he's having these self-obsession fits every now and then, trying to be someone really great, kind of like male chauvinist pig, if you will. That's what he calls himself throughout the film. That's the pitch, by the way, which he makes to Billie Jean King. The movie develops this as it goes on, and that's one of the interesting parts, because when you're watching a movie based on a true story, it's easy to just make the true story and adapt it however it is. The thing which I like sometimes about the best true stories are when it takes time to really develop the characters that we're going to see finally in an event. So even when it comes to movies like Detroit, we don't go straight to Algiers Motel. It takes its time developing who is in that movie, and then we finally get to Algiers Motel, so then John Boyega's character or Will Poulter's character, we get what's going through their heads. Which brings me to another positive of this film, which is its idea of portraying feminism. It's very easy to make this film female-centric, and there are movies which have done that in the past. There's no problem with that, but this film has a way of handling this idea of feminism and sexuality in a very interesting way. It's like, it's not just about, we want to be better than men. It's very simply stated by Billie Jean King. It's like, you don't want to be better than men. We just want to be respected the same way as men do. We're not saying that we're better than men. We're not trying to say that we're more superior. We just want the same kind of respect that men get and the same kind of representation that men get. Which is a great message, actually. It's a very relevant message, because even the title for this film is so perfect. This still happens. The idea of the battle of the sexes. You'll still see in so many places where certain jobs will be like, men do this better than women, and women can't do the kind of heavy lifting and workload that men can do. Men are so much better at this. I have worked in places, I have been to places where women and men have worked at the same time, and I have seen women work harder than men. I've seen women lift heavier loads, and literally and figuratively, and I respect that. So the whole idea of that is there, but of course there's always going to be people who are like, women do not have the same kind of power that men can have. It's just impossible. That works. And part of that really has to do with really good writing in this movie. While it does have some drama, cliches, certain things, like there'll be a moment in the film where a certain character suddenly pops up and you're like, yeah, I can see what's gonna happen here. There's a few drama cliches like that, which could have been avoided, and that's one of the things I had as an issue with this film. It does have a few moments where it's like, hey, I'm here, or this is happening, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of saw that one coming from a mile away, but okay. They're well earned for the most part, but there were a few which are just like, yeah, okay, that one's happening for the heck of it at this point. It's like, you didn't need that to happen in this surprise way. You could have just had this in a normal way, but whatever. Otherwise, the film is written really, really well, and it's acted really well. It's directed beautifully, by the way. The look for this film is so beautiful. It's such a well shot film. The colors, the depth of colors in this film is so gorgeously done. When the actual battle of the sexes happens, which is only in the second half of the film, and it takes until the finale of the film to really see the match. When that stuff goes down, it's shot so beautifully. The first half, actually, like I said, has to do so much with the character building that it has absolutely nothing to do with the battle of the sexes itself. It's only in the second half where it's like, yeah, okay, we're gonna have this battle now. Aside from that, this film, it really does a good job for you to get behind a viewpoint, and it's a very well done viewpoint. The film does lean more in the sense of Billie Jean King, but for good reason. It's not trying to make just a random push towards feminism. It's making a rightful push towards feminism, that you side with her. It shows you enough to really understand why you'd want to be on her side rather than on Bobby Riggs' side, which is fine. But at the end of the movie, there's a case made for both characters where you care for both of them, and in that way, I guess there is some kind of resolution over there. And the other flaw I had with this film is that sometimes there are pacing issues. It does slow down quite a bit at points, and it's noticeable pace drops. Sometimes there'll be something very interesting going on, and then the movie just stops for a while, and it's like we're there for a certain while until the film picks up again, and that's noticed quite a bit. Despite the fact that that's there, I really like the way this film handled themes, the way it was directed, the way it was acted. There are some things in here that I'm kind of glad this film got a PG-13 rating for, because it's not just adults who have to be like, oh, by the way, there can be questions about sexuality raised. It's like even younger audiences can have it. So this film addresses that, and I'm glad that younger audiences can see this film and be like, yeah, maybe this is me or something. And I'm glad that's there. I'm gonna give Battle of the Sexes an 8.5 out of 10. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Look forward to tomorrow for my review of American Made. Looking forward to that. You guys are the best. Thank you so much as always for watching. If you like this, please do subscribe. It's really simple. Just click a red button. All you gotta do is click a red button to really help support the channel. I really like doing these reviews for you guys, and I want to continue doing more, so definitely do subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys at the movies.